Today, Senate Democrats will outline a plan to avert sequestration and those massive budget cuts. Moments ago, we spoke with Republican Kentucky Senator Rand Paul.
Well, another dumb idea. They just raised taxes 3 months ago. Did they not get enough of a fix then?
Joining us now, Virginia Senator Mark Warner. Senator, good morning. Can this fly? I mean, clearly to Rand Paul and to some in the Tea Party, it's not what they're looking for. But can this fly? Can we avoid sequestration?
We ought to be able to disagree, but my gosh, we ought to at least all agree on a common set of facts. I mean, you ask virtually every member of Congress, here's what we've done so far. Over the last 2 years, we've cut spending about $1.6, $1.7 trillion. On New Year's Eve, we did raise revenues. Not nearly enough. We raised them about $600 billion. So we have cut the debt about 2.2 to 2.5 trillion. Fact number one. Fact number two, anybody who says, that was enough, Simpson Bowles, we all refer to that. It raised about $2 trillion, and it cut a little over $2 trillion. We definitely need to cut more. We definitely need to raise more revenues. What the Democrats are going to put out today, a 50-50 plan, I think it'll be a decent plan. Is it going to get through? I don't know. So what I proposed is let's try this plan, but if it doesn't work, and this is the absurdity of what some of these members are saying, I mean, completely disconnected from reality. There's a smart way to cut and a stupid way to cut. Sequestration was set up to be the stupidest way possible to cut. Cuts every component of government, regardless of whether the program works or doesn't work. So, for example, in the Navy, there's 975 separate line items. Some of these programs flex up 1 year if a ship's out to sea. If it's back in dry dock, it may be costing more because you're doing repairs. We will be breaking contracts. We're going to have drawn in the USS Abraham Lincoln. It's going to sit idle in dry dock if we go into sequestration, put 1,000 people out of work. We're going to furlough government contractors 1 day a week. That's going to have a ripple effect across the whole capital region's economy. We're going to end up breaking contracts. The government will break contracts, multi-purchase contracts on things, whether it's tanks or guns, or for that matter, we won't be able to fulfill the final years of research contracts that come out of the NIH because there's no ability to at least have some flexibility in terms of moving money from one account to another. So I hope the Democratic plan is successful. If not, let's at least do these cuts in a less stupid way and give the respective secretaries the ability to move money from one account to another. Still hit the top line of the cuts, but let them prioritize rather than this kind of approach that was, again, set up to be so stupid that no rational Congress would ever let it go into effect.
Now, when we talk to Senator Paul, he is one of a number of members who feel like the sequester really wouldn't be that harmful to the economy, and maybe we ought to just let it go into effect.
Any member that says that candidly either does not understand the budget or does not understand the effect of how federal budgeting works in terms of 1 year to another. The notion that all things in government are of equal value, to me, doesn't pass any kind of rational smell test. And the idea, as somebody who spent 20 years in business, the idea is somebody like myself who actually took a deficit when I was governor of Virginia and turned it into a surplus, made folks mad because I made targeted cuts. This idea of plague on every house, it may be a good political soundbite, but it does not have any connection to anybody who's ever done a budget, run a business, or knows how to operate an enterprise.
All right. We can see a lot of work still to be done to bridge what is apparently not a narrowing gap at all when it comes to this issue. Senator Mark Warner.
Just one last point.
Sure,
Let me acknowledge. There is blame enough to go around for both parties. Democrats got to be more willing to do entitlement reform. Republicans got to be willing to do more revenues. Even areas like defense need to be cut, but there's a smart way and a stupid way to cut them. We've set up the most stupid way. And my, just hope is, come on back to Simpson Bowles. Come on back to Gang of Six. There are plenty of bipartisan efforts out there. But candidly, both sides haven't been willing to give a little bit, and there is no Republican-only or Democratic-only win out of this. The big thing, if we keep going, is the American people, and particularly those of us in the capital region, are going to be big losers if this goes forward.
That's Virginia Democratic Senator Mark Warner with us live this morning on WTOP, responding to a proposal on the table today. The reaction to it, turning it down, was Rand Paul earlier, one of the leaders of the Tea Party. Senator, thanks so much. It's good having you with us again.
Thanks, guys. Take care.